Hello there, and as usual, I'm Aaron from Let's Stay Gamers, and welcome. So we're back in Captain Jack's Colony Survival, and I noticed after the drone attack, we've got this large explosion in the wall. Now, what could we do with this? How about a bit of base flooding? That's quite a realistic scenario, and since I'm put here to kind of cause some trouble, as well as create various scenarios, let's just see how they work together to deal with a flooding tunnel.
Yeah, so he's welding up them parts. Let's give him some water to deal with. We've got to kind of make it flow naturally here. So he's welding up them parts. So if we have some water, perhaps come.
So the whole point of doing these sort of scenarios is, number one, to give them a little bit of a challenge as they're constructing, because what a lot of people don't realise is survival gets quite monotonous. It gets a very repetitive and boring process. So me being in here, being a random unexpected factor, creating these little scenarios, first of all they go, what the hell is going on? Like this guy's doing right here, he's working out, what the hell's going on? And then it always clicks. The scenario clicks and they work together to actually come around it. I love it because it's just that unexpected human nature factor that Space Engineers doesn't have at the moment, especially when you're working together in a group survival. So I'm just going to keep filling this place up until they get on with the situation and block that hole up in the tunnel. If they don't block it up, then it's not my problem. I'm going to continue flooding this tunnel until it fills up to the brim. Otherwise, it's going to be absolutely mental. They're just standing there and watching it.
Right, okay, so we got a bit of a leak. Let's see how they solve it. Perhaps maybe they could block the water as it's coming down.
They're getting on top of the problem. They're bringing people over to the site by the look of it, but still they need a lot more drills on that to stop the water, or at least block it up.
Oh, there we go. We got some teamwork going on together here. They're trying to block it up.
Let's just see if we can do a bit more nasty to them.
Let's see if they bung the actual hole up or not. We're trying to prove. Yeah, there we go. They're getting on it. They're getting on it. Lovely. Yes. Okay. So we give them a bit of a critical issue to deal with. A bit of ice flooding into the base.
What would happen if this barrier overflowed? Maybe.
Interesting.
Let's add a little bit more water. Start backing the water up behind these bricks here so they can see that it's about to overflow, to see if they do anything to fix it as a team.
It's still flooding.
So continue adding them blocks around the back here.
It's just backing up behind that wall.
Now let's make this thing overflow once again into the base. There we go. Oh, lovely. Oh, they've got some drilling ships.
They better block that hole up quickly. Oh, the great Captain Jack flood. All they have to do is block that up, and I'm gonna stop ice in the base.
So I do like seeing this. This is what I like to see when it actually brings them all together to create a scenario like this, because a lot of things just simply don't in Space Engineers. It's private building.
Okay, there we go. It seems like they've got control of it. I like it, and that's the sort of challenge I think Space Engineers needs. If it had water, that would be the sort of thing that Space Engineers has to deal with.
But they dealt with it quite well. He seems to just got the scenario done with and blocked it up, but it's backing up again.
Hurry up and plug the gap. Good.
Here we go. Oh, they're on the case here. They're going to have this blocked up. Here we go. One more spill.
Oh, there we go. Right, they've sealed it. They've sealed it. I'll give them a break. Good job. Good job. Good job. There we go. That was a realistic issue for them to deal with. Especially if you build a base underground. That would be something that would be really cool to happen. I mean, you won't ever see it in Space Engineers. But giving them a little scenario like the base starts to flood with ice, I think would have been quite cool. I could have been a bit meaner. I could have filled up the floor with ice, since they didn't pay attention to the gap a little bit earlier on. But still, very cool indeed. Should have dared fill up the bit behind it. No, I think we've been mean enough. Let's see what they're doing here. Yeah, so they all got together and worked as a team, and that's the whole point of me being a sort of antagonist, causing issues like this. Even if it's not like a drone attack, it's just something like a flood like that. It's creating an extra issue that they wouldn't usually have to deal with. Anyway, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. If you've got any ideas of problems that I can cause around the base, or little bits and bobs, let us know, and I will try to make it in to the next video. If you want to see the other perspective, I'm sure Captain Jack will be screaming at some people to plug a hole after this. Anyway, there'll be a link in the description.